Welcome back to another Charlotte Legacy League. We have Affinity versus Doomsday. Michael kept 6 and Evan kept 7. Evan's going to be on the play. We'll see how he leads off. Looks like it's going to be an Underground Sea into a Thoughtseize. Yep, to a Thoughtseize. He'll take 2 damage from that. Michael will show him his hand. It's got a Walking Ballista, Hardened Scales, and it looks like some sign card. I know he likes to play with damage cards. So, it is what it is. He's going to draw for turn. He'll probably play an Ancient Tomb here. Or a Saga just to kind of lead it off. Because he has the Ancient Tomb for next turn. Mox Opal. This Kaladesh Inventions. Evan to draw. We'll see a Brainstorm or Ponder. So, Brainstorm. Evan will draw 3. Looks like he drew a Tropical Island, a Polluted Delta, and a Doomsday. Which is really good for him. We'll see how he plays it out from here, if he wants to shuffle away those 2 cards, or just play another Underground. So he's going to choose to shuffle away the 2 cards he put back on top, and he'll cast a Ponder on top of that. So he'll get to look at another fresh 3, and then we'll see if he's going to shuffle, or he's going to draw off the top. Imagine he's probably looking for a Dark Ritual here, just to kind of get him going, and allow him to have some mana available as well. So look at these top 3. There's a Dark Ritual, a Daze, and a Lotus Petal. Those are all fantastic for what he's trying to do. So the Daze is nice. I don't think Michael's playing any counter magic, so he does have free reign to kind of do what he wants. So we'll see what he chooses to do here. Looks like he's going to draw the Dark Ritual and pass back, as he doesn't have any fast mana in his hand at the moment. So he's just adding it up to see what he can do. Maybe he does have a Petal in his hand. I can't quite tell what that. It's a Grief. Okay, so he has a Grief in his hand, along with an Underground Sea, a Doomsday, and a Daze. So Michael will draw. Thespian Stage will go up to 2. He'll play the Ancient Tomb, so he's able to make a construct at the end of Evan's turn, if he gets a chance to. Going in the tank, thinking about something here. The Opal's not turned on because he doesn't have Metalcraft. He can't cast a Beseiju because he also doesn't have Metalcraft. So we'll see what he wants to do here. He's going to pass back to Evan. Evan will draw. It's like now he's lined up to cast Doomsday. So it's like maybe a Misty Rainforest. Yes, a Misty Rainforest. He can fetch a 3rd black source and hardcast Doomsday for 3 black mana with no acceleration. I'm not sure if that's something he wants to do. He does have the Dark Ritual in his hand, though. Maybe he's trying to play around Graveyard Hate, like Thran Foundry, or something along those lines. So we'll see. He's going to Grief, and he's going to exile the Dark Ritual for the Evoke, and then the Grief will die. So I got Automated Automaton there out of Mike's hand, which is just another beater with Ward 1, and it'll grow every time Mike plays an artifact. I think actually every single time it comes into play, an artifact comes into play, it gets +1/+1 and has Ward as well. Evan's going to cast Doomsday here, reducing half his life, being able to put cards from his graveyard and his library into a new library that will allow him to stack his deck how he'd like, usually getting a Thassa's Oracle to complete this combo. Now, Mike will make a construct at end of turn. He'll untap. He will more than likely make another construct here, and then he'll have the Saga trigger to go into his deck to find a bullet here. We'll see what he finds. Evan does have the extra blue source for the Thassa's Oracle, and so a Beseiju or something along those lines wouldn't really help here. And a way to make mana and cast Beseiju. So Metalcraft is on now with that 2nd coming out, and it looks like he's going to grab a Pithing Needle. With the Pithing Needle, it looks like he's probably going to name Edge of Autumn here, and Evan's had enough, and it's going to pack it up. We'll see you in game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2. Both players have mulliganed to 6, and Evan will be on the play this game. He's probably going to lead off with a Pluto Delta into a personal tutor, which will allow him to search his deck for a sorcery and reveal that card to all players. And then he can shuffle it back, shuffle his library, and then put that on top. Looks like he's going to grab a Doomsday, and he's off to a blazing start here, especially against a deck that doesn't have any counter magic. We'll see how this works out. And he'll pass the turn back over to Mike. Or maybe, nope, he's going to cast a Lotus Petal. I guess to get around a Chalice on 0, which I doubt Mike would play. But nonetheless, here we are. See how Mike leads off here. Looks like he maybe has an Ancient Tomb. Yes, he does. And then let's see what else he's going to play. He has a Ravager in his hand, an Arcbound Ravager in his hand. So we might see that come out. That has a modular counter of 1 on it. And you'll see that pop up on your screen in just a moment of how that actually reads, so you can better understand the card. And there it is. That's the Arcbound Ravager. Sacrifice an artifact. You can put a 1 counter on the Arcbound, and he has modular 1. Something to note is you can sack Arcbound to himself and then move those counters elsewhere, which is kind of nice, especially if you're trying to get through attacks with multiple bodies and have a bunch of artifacts to sack to it. Evan's going to fetch off his Misty Rainforest for another Underground Sea. He does have 3 black mana, which will put Mike under tremendous pressure if he plays the Doomsday here. He does have an Ideas Unbound as well in his hand, so he's pretty wrapped up with the combo. I think he maybe go ahead and cast it here while Mike can't, deal that much damage to him, unless he has a bunch of 0 drops we don't know about. This is sped up to make putting the pile together much easier for everyone to view. So we'll be back to normal in just a moment, and here we go. Mike's going to follow that up with a Inkmoth Nexus, perhaps. Maybe that's an Inkmoth Nexus. I need to double check that and see exactly what he's playing there. Alright, Mike, what are you playing? It is an Inkmoth Nexus. I can kind of make out arts. So Inkmoth down. It looks like another Ravager into play. Nope, that's a Hangerback Walker in play. Evan's going to cast his Ideas Unbound there, and we'll be able to draw 3 cards. He'll have an Island and a Petal. Okay, so he has enough. And he'll Edge of Autumn to draw his last card, which is Thassa's Oracle. He'll cast Thassa's Oracle, and he'll win game number 2. We'll see you in game number 3. Welcome back to game number 3. Michael kept 5 cards. Evan kept 7. We'll see if Michael can come away with a win on this round. It looks like he did forget to put that second card back on his Maul to 5. He's going to play an Arcbound Ravager, which will immediately be forced by Evan. That is very, very strong for him to do. Just leading off, I guess he doesn't want any pressure if he's going to try and move fast with the Doomsday. He doesn't want a lot of artifacts to hit the ground and catch him off guard with a low life total. So we'll see what Evan's going to lead off with. This, and he drew a Dark Ritual, which is amazing for him. Probably see him get an Underground Sea, cast a Dark Ritual, and then just immediately Doomsday. That's what the deck wants to do. With no threat on board anytime soon from Michael. Looks like he has a Sokka in his hand. I think Evan's probably free to just do this and just play off the top of the deck. He does have 2 Missies in his hand, as well as looks like a Brainstorm, Dark Ritual, and Doomsday. I think he's just trying to decide how he wants to proceed now. So he's going over it, and we'll see what he chooses to do. It's going to be the Dark Ritual, and we will see the Doomsday. So Doomsday is resolved. His life total will be cut in half yet again, and we'll see how he plays it from here. Again, we sped this up just while Evan was making his choices to get the deck decided with his top 5 cards in there. Michael's just taking a look through the deck to see what could be in Evan's 5-card pile, but Looks like you drew a Chalice there, which is great. There's a Mox Opal. And if we see a Chalice here, it's a shame he's 1 mana off from chalicing on 2. There's a Hangerback Walker for 1 mana. He's going to chalice on 0. So Evan can't play his Lotus Petal, which may or may not matter at this point. Metalcraft is on. He's going to play a Misty here. I guess he put a land in his deck to fetch. I'll be interested to see how he does this. So it will leave him with 3 cards. He has ideas. If he has Ideas Unbound in his hand, he'll draw 3 cards, and that will be the game. But we'll see what happens here. He's got a Brainstorm, and it looks like a Street Wraith. Okay, so he's going to Street Wraith to draw into his Thassa's Oracle, and then he can just play Thassa's Oracle and win, since Mike cannot kill it while it's in play. He doesn't have a way to kill it. 2 cards left in the deck, and that will do it. Thanks for watching.